I think at this point, I'd like to share a few words about how the program is organized in terms of our learning objectives. There's, I'll go really briefly, but there's like five main areas, and the first one is really social justice. This is really important to us to bring that lens, because often nonviolent communication is seen as something extremely powerful at the personal and interpersonal level, but the collective aspect has been less shared overall, and is something that speaks to me a lot, Lisa too, and Rihanna too. So we want to bring this systemic layer front and center, and talk about the main topics related to social justice. So that's one pillar. Then another pillar is the foundations of nonviolent communication, like observations, feeling, needs, requests. There's so much to clarify about this experience, learn, wrestle, play with, poke at. It might sound really simple, but it's actually really deep, all these four things. So we want to dive there, bring a lot of clarity at that level. So the foundation is solid. These are kind of really key elements of NVC. Then the third pillar is the inner work. A lot of NVC for me is, it's an inside job. A lot of it, most of it by far, happens before we open our mouth, in my point of view. So what's happening, how we process life is essential. We'll be speaking to that, talking about how to move from reactivity to presence. That's a lot of inner work. How to move out of blame of others, and how to move out of blame of ourselves. That's some kind of internal gymnastic that we'll be playing with. How to empathize with our inner critic too, and then how to have this skill and practice of self-empathy. So this could be the core element. This would be the core element of our self-connection, which is the solidity, how we're starting to engage with other people. Now, the next pillar is that aspect of engaging with others in the interpersonal work. So empathy, listening to others is really the core of the whole modality. Is going to be the core of the program as well. So we have some learning objectives specifically related to our ability to bring empathy in the world in different contexts. And then the other side of that, which is when we express ourselves, there's there's a lot of things. It's a pretty complicated thing in my point of view to express ourselves from an NVC perspective. So we'll be looking at really putting self-expression under the microscope and dissecting it, and coming up with some specific principles and roadmaps and ways to prepare for conversations that might be delicate. And the last pillar, I'll let Lisa speak about it, which is the somatic body-based approach.
Yeah, I'm just trying to manage the spotlight there, just for ease in the recording. For me, excuse me for being distracted there. There we go. For me, I don't really see how I can practice NVC effectively. And by effectively, I mean that in its broadest terms, with connection, authenticity, gratitude, everything that fits into this broad picture of NVC, without having a connection with a physical experience. For me, it's there's this aspect of the emotional body, our cognitive thinking self, and then our physical body, and that they are all connected. And for many people, especially people who have a trauma background or who have had just difficulty in their lives, it's nearly impossible to connect with their core, empathetic, loving, self-accepting self without an awareness of what's going on in their bodies. So this is a particular interest to me because of being a yoga teacher for many years, and um, also someone who has a high level of body awareness that's sometimes a burden to always be aware of every ache and pain and every sensation. So whether someone is low body awareness or high body awareness, finding ways to work with this within this program is really dear to my heart. So we offer mindfulness, we offer movements. I offer yoga class before each of our day-long programs, and really want, so part of this has to do with connection, part of it has to do with people feeling really emotionally safe and held with care in our program. And I see that on all these levels, the emotional body, cognitively, and the physical body. So I'll stop there.